Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rachaha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. And as always, we give peace and salutations unto the elect. And another episode of News and Prophecy where we go into the things that are happening in the world and link them to biblical prophecy, all right, to let you know that these things were spoken of, all right, beforehand, all right, and the times that we're in, so that you can prepare yourself, all right, and cover yourself, all right, with the covering from on high, which is the Holy Spirit, and be rooted in the faith, all right, and haste to escape these times, all right, because things are about to get more and more crazy, all right, more iniquity, which is sin, all right, will lead, all right, to the love of many waxing colder and colder, all right, and people losing trust, all right, divisions, okay, back and forths, hatred, you know, and all of these things that the elite made sure were in the earth, all right, and spread as a culture, all right. They are now going to use these things as means to hone in on world domination and their NWO, all right, as a solution to everything that's happening, all right. And as you can see in the earth right now, all right, the people are waxing worse, all right. There is more and more flood-like behavior, all right. Now, when we say flood-like behavior, we're speaking of the behaviors that were taking place at the time of Noah that led to the flood, all right. Those behaviors are back. That's why the scriptures say, as in the days of Noah, okay. As a matter of fact, we'll start there, okay. Noe, and we see the same sentiments, all right. Let's see here, 438. I'll start, okay, it's in the same chapter, so I'll just go down because it's a very important chapter, Matthew the 24th chapter. I'll just jump to let's see here, 36, Matthew 24 and 36, it says, but of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels in heaven, but my Father only. Okay. And this is why we have to be in the spirit. Now, one of the sentiments that I've seen being expressed by Jake, you know, that you know, have no idea of what's going on, is that the world has always been this bad. All right. We just now seeing it because of the cell phones, you know, the fact that we have cell phones now, okay, we're able to see more and more of the wickedness, but it's always been this way. All right. Now, the earth has always been under the influence of wicked, you know, especially since, you know, this devil has gotten into power. All right. But never has the earth, all right, been in this condition, you know, with the even going on a level of GMOs, you know, sicknesses and diseases, all right, the perversion of children, all right. It's never been to this magnitude, okay. All nations have never had nuclear capabilities in the earth, all right. We're living in a time like no time ever before, all right. The debt, okay, we're living, you know, the existence of humanity can be wiped away. All right. If the Heavenly Father doesn't send his only begotten Son back. We've always had bad times in the earth, but never like this time. All right. But it describes in the Holy Scriptures of the behavior that would be taking place in the earth amongst the people, so that we can very well know. And the fact that the Israelites are waking up, okay, standing on their feet as a great spiritual army, okay, is one of the many indicators that we're in those times. Okay. But if you don't have the spiritual ears to hear and eyes to see, then the things that are happening around you are just, you know, whatever. It'll get better. All right. In your hopes of Babylon the Great in this current energy continuing in the earth. All right. That's why our cry and our testimony is important. It says, but as the days of Noah were, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. All right. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, All right. Who was eating and drinking? The people that were on the earth, in particular, the sons of God, following after these idols in these various different ways. And this is what you see amongst our people, man. And you have particular of our people standing up against the behaviors of men and women in our nation. All right. But really, that's to no avail. The only thing that can fix this is another flood. All right. But this time, it's not going to be a flood of water. All right. Fire is coming this time. OK, and this testimony and this message is the 100% truth and understanding of what's to come and what to do as an Israelite. OK, so before the days of the flood, they were eating and drinking, showing you there weren't angels. These were people marrying and given into marriage. And that's what you see before you, a overly sexualized, all right, buffet of wickedness, man. Just people eating, drinking, and giving into all of these different pleasures, all right, which Sodom means heat. That's why this is likened unto a spiritual Sodom in Egypt. People are burning in their lust to do any and everything they want with creation, okay, until that day that Noah entered into the ark, all right, and knew not until the flood came. Now, here it is. We're prophesying of the flood. We're prophesying of the fire to come, just like Noah was prophesying of the flood, okay, and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So we're living in those days. And as you go up in this chapter, okay, Yahushua, I make it red letter. He's speaking to his disciples who would be back in these times of what to look for, all right, before his second coming. Now, I had this queued up. I shared this yesterday, and I seen a couple of brothers, even the elder Apostle Gabar did a video on it. This is off of Full Spectrum Survival, pretty good channel. And I'm going to go ahead and play this because these are the times that we're living in. All right, and then we'll get some scriptures and some edification.
Violence is here. We warned you about this months ago. And now your time to get ready for this is passing as we speak.
He said, we warned you about this months ago. We've been warning about these days, our apostles and elders going back 30 plus years. And since 2007, when they got on the internet and brothers, you know, like myself and various other brothers, you know, saw them and, you know, came up under the yoke and started doing the work, we were prophesying of these things, okay? Since 2007, when this word got on the internet, the earth has gotten significantly more and more wicked, okay? And why are these things happening? Because the words of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua are coming to pass, all right? And men like him are a result of prophecy as well, all right? Because you have others, because there's a spirit in the earth, all right, to recognize and see what's happening and report on it. Now, some of them report on it, all right, by their own means, just letting you know things are getting worse. But the men of the Lord are reporting on it according to the scriptures, linking it all to biblical prophecy, all right. But these men like him, and you have others who ultimately there's a spirit on them to expose things, all right, which is it works for the elect's sake at the end of the day. All right.
Police departments across the United States of America are being warned to be on the lookout for an increase in violence to flood the entire United States of America in the next 90 days, as officials say that social media sentiment is beginning to be shown as a predictor to violence that is due to spread across the country.
And they're going to use the term conspiracy theorist, all right, as a means as why all of this hatred is being spread. All right, they're going to use all sorts of methods. Now, really quick, just in, I saw this article earlier. I'll just bring it out. Warlike Milwaukee, all right, and Houston, Milwaukee, New Orleans is violence, you know, and it's being blamed on Jake, which Jake is a wild animal, all right, but all nations of people are losing their damn minds because they're perplexed. They're bugged out. The chemicals, you know, the drugs, the programming from the TV and the music, it's working. Okay. This is what the elite wanted for the purpose of what? Bringing in their order. Okay, war zone like Milwaukee, National Guard wanted by lawmaker. Okay, now let's look at what the National Guard actually is. We don't have to go too deep into it, but what is the National Guard? All right. What is it's an army. All right, an upgraded. It's an upgrade from the police. All right. What is so because of the what is the let's see, it usually gives you a little what does the National Guard do exactly? The National Guard is a unique element of U.S. military that serves both community and country. All right. No, they serve the elite, and they're going to come and kick ass and set up order, and they'll be used to force those things too. All right. The Guard responds to domestic emergencies. All right. Now, if you remember Obama when he was in, all right, which that same regime is in now. Okay, because remember, Biden was Obama's vice president. He signed in a law that if things got out of hand, they could bring in peacemakers, these UN peace troops. Peace, right? And what is peace to the devil? It's deception and destruction at the end of the day. Okay, and while everybody is being lured into this trap, people aren't seeing the overall picture of what's happening. Okay, the Guard responds to domestic emergencies overseas. And what do you think these guards are going to do? They're not going to have any emotions. They're going to be sent to do a job. Okay, they're talking about blackouts coming. Okay, so you can see the overall picture of what's going to happen. And Lord willing, we're covered because it is coming. All right, you know, the Jake who's in denial and who's, you know, called, you know, people like us crazies. And all of the rest of the heathen, pretty soon, what's happening is everybody is getting met in the face with prophecy. And it's nowhere to run. Okay? In that day, your Instagram likes, you know, your ability to just hop on social media and hide the pain away and get the likes and spew your nonsense. Those days are coming to an end because your nonsense is only meant to help forward the left. All right? And it has its end. Okay, the elite are getting ready to take away all of these things. Now, right now, you see there's a lift on the mask, and people are, you know, out. All right, but there's a, you know, I believe in the spirit. There's a reason for that. All right. It says, yada yada yada, air defense. So it's a military. All right, it's a military, but it's an enhanced military, and then there's an even higher. All right, a military that they're going to call for once things get worse. But Wisconsin lawmaker wants the National Guard, all right, called to Milwaukee saying residents deserve better than to live in what he calls a war zone-like setting. Okay? It says 2021 is outpacing a deadly 2020 Milwaukee. This year, the city has suffered 76 homicides and 372 non-fatal shootings compared to 72 and 213 in 2020. Providing public safety. See, this is all going to be presented under safety. And this is the hell in the war zone created by the elite. Now, our people are to blame, and people are to blame. All right. But we must not forget, okay, who's ruling. All right. This whole setup. All right. You walk into a house and you see crap everywhere and you know, mess and spray paint on the walls, unflushed toilets. You're going to say, who runs this house? Okay. Yeah. Who didn't flush the toilet is a problem. Okay. But who's responsible for what rules go on in his house? What's going on? Okay. So just like Nimrod, you know, these elite are using confusion. All right. Reckless behavior, anti-Messiah activity, okay, as a means to bring in an order, all right, so all people can be safe and come under this one order. That's another lesson for another time. It says the local elected officials in Milwaukee are failing to live up to the obligation, which is why I'm calling on Governor Evers to activate the Wisconsin National Guard to help restore safety in Milwaukee. All right. It says down here, I reject the idea that somehow we can replace mental health services and violence protection services and all other things that deal with the cause of that. We just ignore, all right, that and bring the National Guard. All right. It doesn't make sense to me. All right. And, these services, counseling and all of these things. Esau makes it to where those things cost too damn much, man. And Jake, we're not taught that we need help. All right. We think that, pretty much the way that we act, and pretty much all of the people on the earth, they think that it's okay. So a lot of people aren't in the mindset that they need to go get help. People are just walking around randomly with these crazy ass mindsets, are listening to this polluted music, eating this polluted food, and they're ticking time bombs. And a lot of them have got that thing. Well, that's another part of them being a bomb, because they're going to be used to spread sickness, man.
It is increasing in regions everywhere, warns one police source. Violence continues to spiral out of control in and around Washington Square Park, where anti-authority graffiti is being scrawled in one area.
And I'm going to say this. A lot of this stuff, where, one is saying, well, I don't agree with what the other says. That's just for show. They all know what they want and what's getting ready to happen. All right. There's just particular pawns in the game. All right. So that the people who are looking can really think, all right, that they have a government or a system that rules over them that really cares about their well-being. No, they know what the hell is going on.
Man was beaten and robbed of his communications device. 2 others knifed in a brawl. An elderly cook left bloodied after a vicious morning attack at a diner. The chaos around the Greenwich Village Park left at least 6 injured and a 27-year-old charged with a felony assault. The perps run this town, one disgusted NYPD source told the Post. It is scary to walk around New York City streets, says another. It has gotten so bad that daylight doesn't even scare the bad guys. The pandemonium at the Washington Square Diner began around 9:45 p.m.
So yeah, they're doing. People are doing these, crazy acts. Just shooting things up and doing all types of crazy in the daytime, on camera. They don't care. Okay. Now let's go here to what Yahushua said about the times that we're in. This is Matthew the 24th chapter. Okay. It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. And over the last 10 years, those things have increased. Okay. We definitely hear of wars and rumors of wars. All right. These small, monetary wars are going to eventually lead to physical war. All right. We just saw a war in, with the Palestinians in Israel, right? Or it's going to increase. Okay. It says, see that ye be not troubled. Okay. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Okay. And this is where we are. Okay. The beginning of sorrows. All right. For nation shall rise against nation. Okay. You're going to have race wars. Okay. Class wars. You're going to have sex wars, people rising up against their governments. Okay. And kingdom against kingdom. You're seeing that. And there shall be famines. All right. We're seeing famines being prepared. All right. Man-made orchestrated famines. All right. Man-made weather modification that's leading to the destruction of crops. Okay. I was just looking at something to where there's a drought, and California is pretty much through. Okay. So look for people, leaving, California, coming to different areas. Okay. People fighting, people being crowded, stacked on top. It's going to be crazy, man. It's going to be crazy, man. Famines. Okay. Spiritually and physically famines. Okay. Because this world is destitute of understanding, and this word is getting ready to be outlawed. Okay. To preach the Bible in the coming days is going to be a terroristic act. Okay. And pestilences. Okay. And pestilences. And we see pestilences. All right. That whole Crown Royale 2019. Okay. is a part of pestilence, man. But the mindset of the people is a pestilence. All of these diseases is a pestilence. What's going on with the food is a pestilence. And it's only increasing. So for anyone to say, oh, it's always been that way, it's just because of the cell phones that people are now recording it, which that's partly true. All right. Esau has always been doing the things that he's doing to Jake, and a lot of these wicked acts have been going on. All right. But it's just been, kind of hidden. But now with the new technology, the Lord has allowed Babylon to go live. And that's for the purpose of judgment. OK, all the nations are seeing it. As a matter of fact, let's get Nahum 3. Okay. It's acts all around the world, but specifically here in Babylon Great, man, is where the absolute filth, all right, starts. Okay. Now, yep, here we go. This is Nahum 3 and 5. Behold, I am against thee. All right. Now, Nahum preached in what is known as Nineveh, all right, which is in the region of, I believe it was the capital of Assyria, which is Babylon at the end of the day. And, here in this chapter, he's pissed off. All right. Now, remember, at the time of Jonah, it was prophesied that Nineveh was going to fall, but it didn't. OK, it fell at the time of Nahum and I believe Tobit. And the practices that were going on in that society are identical to what's happening here. Women were required to be sluts and have orgies. Men were, cross-dressing. See, that's all in the history. Just go into it. Look up Sardanapalus, because he was the ruler at this time. Okay, the same thing that we see happening here in Babylon is the same thing that Nahum was seeing. That's why the scriptures say there's nothing new under the sun. There's no new thing under the sun. All right, but what is the Lord saying? Because now this is Nineveh. See, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face. Now, a skirt being upon your face, meaning your skirt is lifted. Okay, now this America has been able to walk around the earth as this innocent, delicate woman. Okay, who does no harm, been able to blame everybody else and use their witchcraft to create all these narratives and confuse the people. Now people are seeing what they're really all about. And the common, conversation on social media is the wickedness of America, and the elites. And that's coming from people who are even wicked. People who are wicked are calling out wickedness. So Satan is divided against Satan. Okay, and now that the skirt is lifted on your face, we're able to see the bumps. Okay, the aborted baby foot that's hanging out. Okay, the shame. Okay, dyed pubic hairs. All right, one side pink, the other side blue, bruises, bumps. All right, 500-year moles with pus leaking out of this is what's just being described here. This whore is being exposed, man. In these social media and these cell phones, the fact that people are quick to just pick their phones up and record all of these shameful acts and load them to the internet is a part of this prophecy being fulfilled. And I will show the nations thy nakedness and the kingdoms thy shame. Babylon is live. Okay, and I will cast abominable filth upon thee and make thee vow. Okay, and I will set thee as a gazing stock. So people are looking. Okay, people are looking. All right, at you, and they're figuring out that you're an asshole. You're nasty. Okay, a gazing stock. See what this means. Ra-ayah. All right, looking, appearing, seeing. So people are looking, and how are they looking? Via the social media and these cell phones and these clips that are being loaded to the internet, man. Okay. And it shall come to pass that all they that look upon thee shall flee from thee and say, Nineveh is laid waste. Who will bemoan her? Who shall I seek comforters for thee? All right. Whence shall I seek comforters for thee? Is nobody's going to come to your aid in the days to come. Okay. Now, yeah, and Babylon is being absolutely isolated, surrounded, and set up for that blow. That's why the scriptures say that I have laid a snare for thee, and thou was not aware. Babylon is not aware of the snare that's being laid. They think that they're in control. They think that, you know, and it's out in the open what they're doing. Okay? So all we have to do is just sit back and prophesy and wait on the glory of the Lord to come upon us. Okay? Stay faithful. Okay? So, Matthew 24, okay, and 7, finish and said, there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. And we see the earthquakes in diverse places, man. There was just in China, one dam or something led to over 24 or 30 something hundred earthquakes, man. Okay. It says, all these are the beginning of sorrows. All right. And that's what he's quoting the book of Second Esdras, man. Okay. Because he said that. All right. It says, and then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted. And this is where we are as well. I'll go back to that video, but I wanted to put this out in the atmosphere as well. Okay. White House unveils strategy to combat domestic extremism. Okay. Now they're turning, you know, you can see the devil working in, you know, his patterns. You know, he'll put the focus on the extremism, then he'll go here, he'll, you know, and then work wickedness behind your back. Then he'll, you know, bring it back up, you know, after he's done other particular things. And it's all meant for him to try to hide himself. But as the scriptures say, you can't. Okay. The plan highlights a shift in the U.S. approach to counter terrorism. Now, who's the terrorist? Okay. The powers that be are the true terrorists, man. Okay, which for decades focused on fighting foreign terrorists. Now it's going to be the mentality in the news, which controls the mind of the people. Look up Operation Mockingbird, is going to be geared towards domestic terrorism. And it's, you know, been sprinkled into the news here and there. Then you'll see it disappear, but it's going to come back. All right. And they're using people, Edomite looking people, as, you know, a means to say, well, these are the terrorists. But in synonymously, they're bringing up, all right, this black identity extremist thing, which that is going to be the focus. I just saw Alex Jones looking at a clip of Israelites having, you know, Edomites kiss their boot, which, you know, ultimately that scripture that they use is a future prophecy. And, you know, we're not going to have people kissing our, you know, feet in the kingdom. It's just symbolic of them bowing and our enemies being our footstool. You know, right now, what's the use of you having an Edomite kiss your foot when you got to go to work the next day and his system is still in place? But I get it. I do get it. All right. But, you know, it's in my opinion, what profit is it? But okay, we see that. But Alex Jones is looking at that and he's saying they're just like the KKK. All right. Now you see this shift all of a sudden over the last 3 years. All right. The media and Esau has had a problem with white identity groups. All right. And their hatred. But what they're trying to do is link the Jake, who's just screaming about oppression. Now, sometimes Jake does do, you know, some crazy shit. All right. But it's nowhere close to what the Ku Klux Klan has done. I'm talking about the groups that are out complaining about oppression, especially the Israelites. Now, you're going to have Esau create situations to where he can point and say, look, all right, they are crazy and they're going to go. But there is in no shape, form, or fashion any group that is close to doing the works of the Ku Klux Klan. But with just those clips alone, all right, the Edomites kissing Jake's boot, what are they going to do? All right, they're linking it with the behavior of those white extremist groups, okay, who actually are responsible for the majority of the domestic terrorism that goes on in America. And that's proven by their own facts and statistics that these Edomite groups are more of a threat, okay, to America than any other group, because Jake pretty much just goes out and marches in air, all right, or we stand on street corners and prophesy and complain about the oppression and tell you what's going to happen because of it, all right. But they're going to be able to link us in with that behavior and then make a move. And the whole time they are the KKK, but then they're calling out the KKK. The devil is something else. All right. Now, I'm not going to, click to continue to read. What I'm going to do is bring it here. Okay. Biden administration asks Americans to report potentially radicalized friends and family. This is where we're going to get to the love of many waxing cold. This dude is through. President Joe Biden's administration announced their plans to create ways for Americans to report radicalized friends and family to the government in effort to fight domestic terrorism. So for you brothers who are on Facebook and your family seeing the change that Marquise or, Damon, he's lost his mind. He keep posting about the Bible. He keep posting about the Edomites. He posting these scriptures. They are going to report your ass. Okay? Even if you're not on social media posting things, they know you've changed. Okay? So this is another way to bring division. Okay? And Yahushua said that. As a matter of fact, let me bring it up. But nay, division. Was that Matthew 10 and 34? Own household. I'll just type that in. And your household don't mean, those who directly live with you. Your family. Let's get Matthew 10 and 34. Okay? It says, think not that I am come to send peace on the earth. Peace is not coming to this current world. All right? Especially for believers on Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. We're not going to be in a state of peace. It's going to be friction. It's going to be crazy. All right. But the peace that we have above all of these people on the earth is the understanding of what's to come. And we're rooted. OK, therefore, there's a covering that comes with that, who stay faithful to the end, even unto death. Think not that I am come to send peace on the earth. I am not come to send peace, but a sword. See, a sword. OK, and prophecy tells you that the sword is nigh. What this man is talking about is the sword. We ain't even 2 minutes in yet. OK. And we'll show you a few other instances of hatred and hell that's happening in this earth. You have divisions on every level. Okay, the mask caused division. Okay, different ideologies and thought processes are causing division. Okay, men and women, division. Family, division is everywhere you look, and that is by design. It's prophecy, but it's by design. Okay. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father. Okay. Your dad, particular, and you keep it respectful. Okay. Some of them you're just going to have to separate from altogether. Okay. It says, and a daughter against her mother. All right. You have particular sisters who are catching hell for awakening to the truth, not being a whore, not eating unclean foods. They're trying to be more humble. You see, the mother and the family is like, what? Ugh. So those people are going to be reporting you. You see, and the daughter-in-law against the mother-in-law. And it didn't even take prophecy for this to happen. Daughter-in-law and mother-in-law have been going at it. A man's foes shall be those of his own household. All right. Let's look up the word foes. Never looked that up in the Greek. It's always good to learn.
Strong's G 2190. Echthras. Echthras.
Hated, odious, hateful, hostile, hating. All right. And that's the #1 term in this world. My haters. Everybody got haters. And opposing one another. Okay. Hostile. All right. So people are going to be bitter towards one another, man. And it's going to be people And here's an example of how that is going to start. And it's already starting. Okay, you had people during the pandemic, you know, calling the police on neighbors who had friends over. That creates hatred. Okay, and the way that these people operate, like let's say you live in an apartment. We saw this firsthand with one of the brothers, and you complain about something. The people in the office tells the person who they're calling about the complaint who called on them. So now there's a target. Now there's friction between you and that particular. Every time you see them, they roll in their eyes, or they're trying to make your life a living hell. This is all a part of prophecy, man. Okay, this is going to be used as an effort to fight domestic terrorism. So if you have particular beliefs, okay, your loving mother, your loving family members who you thought were cool, all right, and this is why, you know, brothers go through that stage. We all went through it where you're trying to wake everybody up, all right, and show everybody the videos and this and that. We all go through that stage, but we're living in a time where, hey, you have to let the filthy be filthy and let the dead bury the dead. All right, let's get that. Revelation 22. And this is where we are. Okay, Revelation 22:10. And he said unto me, seal not the sayings of the prophecy of this book, for the time is at hand. All right. Hey, and this is where we are. All right. Hey, what did Jeremiah the 50th chapter say? All right. Publish and conceal not. Say Baal is confounded. Marduk, all right, is confounded. And those are the different gods. It's all Satan, all right, that control the particular vibration of this world. And we're here to prophesy the end of it and speak against it. Good is set against evil. See, within this story, okay, evil has had its time. And there's particular people who are dead set on evil as a way of life. And they're comfortable with it. They've been fooled and tricked by the juice of Satan, that serpent juice. And a lot of them are letting Satan bust one off in their arm with that thing, you see? So to hell with these people. Okay, now you're going to have family members and people who are close to you who are down with Satan's agenda. You just got to do what? You stay in your lane. Stop trying to force people who don't get it to get it, because these people are going to turn on you in a way that you ain't ready for. So let them go their way. Okay? He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. All the devil did was blow on niggas, and they fell for it. He just blew on them. And Jake just, you know, I do it. Okay, I do it. I'm gonna trust the sign, you know? You know what I'm saying? So how much more, as things get tighter and tighter, people are going to lose their grip, because they don't have a grip. The little grip they had, they're going to lose it and give up. Even these ones that say, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. You just wait until Satan gets a harder grip on the earth and creates a narrow path on the left-hand side that you have to go through to ultimately live and be a normal person in his world. These are the things you're going to have to do, you know, and it's a wide gate, but it's going to be straight because it's going to, you know, but this is the real straight gate. You see, doing what's right, putting off the ways of evil. So he that is unjust, let him be unjust still. He that is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. Someone let Satan bust one off in their arm. Okay, at this point, really, you just move on, man. There's no need to even say anything else to that person. You just deal with them. Hey, how you doing, man? Yeah, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, man, LeBron, man, they lost, man. Goddamn. Peace. Nigga, bye. All right? Bye, nigga. All right? And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be. Because the Lord has given us, you know, this body. Okay? So, hey, let these people go. All right, let them do their thing, man, because we will work to improve. This is back to the article. We will work to improve public awareness of federal resources to address concerning or threatening behavior before violence occurs. All right. And they're going to have what you call, like in Minority Report, predictive program. They're going to be arresting people based on what they will or would do according to their beliefs. These are the things that's coming down the pipe. OK, the official cited the Department of Homeland Security. If you see something, say something campaign to help stop radical Islamic terror and domestic possibility. See, that Islamic thing is thrown in there. And guess who is the number one, pusher of Islamic terror along with Israelites? Vocab Malone. That sentiment, all he's doing is planting a mindset. It's witchcraft. He's implanting. He doesn't give a damn about the gospel. He's not here to really debate. He is looking for moments where he can use to link you to terrorism. That's why when he was out there speaking to the Sakari brothers, what did he say? You want to slice someone's neck? You want to, when he came to us, do you want to kill white people? Do you want to do this? You want to do that? You see, because he is a part of a system that is getting ready to try to clamp down and link us to terrorism or any message that goes against what they believe or deem okay as terrorism. Domestically, you see, this involves creating context in which those who are family members or friends or co-workers, okay, that there are pathways and avenues to raise concerns and seek help for those who have perceived to be radicalizing and potentially radicalizing towards violence. And that's what they're going to do. And that happened in Rome. All right. Nero, when he burned down that temple of Jupiter in that region in Rome, okay, who did he blame? He blamed the Israelites. And what did he say? He said, listen to their message. Look at their prophecies. They talk about how things are going to be burning. OK, so they did this. And that was used as a means to persecute, OK, the followers of Yahushua, man. OK, now, offender. All right. We always bring this out because this is ultimately what's happening in the earth. All right. This is Isaiah 29:20. For the terrible one is brought to naught, Esau, and the scorner is consumed. All his lies are being swallowed up. He's fumbling around the earth. He's in slippery places. He's getting caught left and right. Nothing's working. OK, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off. And this is what they're going to set people up to just watch and just be assholes, man. OK, let's read this in the NLT. See how it's worded. The scoffer will be gone, the arrogant will disappear, and those who plot evil will be killed. Oh, man. And Yahushua is coming to absolutely cut all of you people off, man. Okay, swiftly. Let's get Micah 3 real quick, because this is all witchcraft, man. Micah 3. Let's see. Was it Micah 5 and 3 or Micah 3? Swift. Oh, it's in Micah somewhere. Malachi, Salakia. Malachi 3 and 5. Go right back there. And I will come near to you in judgment. This is what's getting ready to take place. And I will be a swift. And see, Esau and the power that they're trying to use a stronghold of confusion to escape that judgment. Okay. And I will be a swift witness against the sorcerers. All right, and against the adulterers, and against false swears, and against those that oppress the hireling in his wages, okay, the widow and the fatherless, and that turn aside the stranger from his right, and fear not me, said Yahweh of hosts. And that's why those chariots are here, okay, which we'll get into those later. I'll get a few more and go into a few more of that video, and I'll close up and come back. But it says, so the terrible one is cut off, okay? And that's Esau. And that's what's happening through this word and through the vibration that's in the earth. People are figuring him out and bringing things out. Even other Edomites that make a man an offender for a word and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate and turn aside the just for a thing of naught. You see? And that's what's happening in the earth. They're laying a snare for him that reproveth in the gate. They hate him that reproveth in the gate, the scriptures say. Okay, so it says Biden began his presidency with a stark warning in his inauguration speech about the rise of political extremism, white supremacy. You see, they're using that, which is really a, they really use the sword. They really will kill, behind, their supremacy, and belittle, and they're going to use that to so-called counter domestic terrorism, because people know what these people do and what they have done. It's documented. Okay. You seen what they did to Fred Hampton. All right. Which the Black Panthers were pretty much a group of jakes. When you go into the nitty gritty, they were in ignorance, but they were a group of jakes that wanted to protect their neighborhoods. And what did they do? Okay. They put a plan in there. They openly showed you that they did this. No one paid for that. Okay. But they were able to paint the Panthers as domestic terrorists that we must confront and we will defeat. Okay. On June 1st, Biden described the threat from white supremacy as the most lethal threat to the homeland today. Okay. And what's happening is, on one hand, you have these groups pissed off at the government. You have the lower level Edomites pissed off that the elite Edomites in their government have screwed them over. So this is why you see an increase of, lower level Edomites telling Jake, they're against us. All right. If everything went back to the way it was in the 20s, you all would be okay with it. You take your little piece of land, your house, and you be happy about good old America being back where it was. Okay. Or whatever era. Okay. Where America was last, at its pinnacle with Jake under their foot. Okay. But they're painting white supremacy as the most lethal threat. But see, they're going to be able to take the acts of these people and link them to everybody who has an opposing ideology. You see, the Biden administration said that it would work with large technology companies, okay, on increased information sharing to help combat radicalization, man. Wow. And I forget the number one, company that sells these spying devices. I believe the name of it is Babel. I believe the company is called Babel. I brought it up in one of my news and prophecies before, but showing you that you can't make this stuff up. The Heavenly Father is speaking. Okay, they're setting up that Tower of Babel. You see, it says any particular tech company often knows its own platform very well. Yada yada yada. The radicalization, violence in the physical world. The Department of Homeland Security plans to deploy digital literacy and digital fitness programs to help combat malicious content online that bad actors deliberately try to disseminate. The official reassured reporters that the administration's new strategies would remain laser focused on stopping violent acts. And if they were really laser focused on stopping violent acts, they would stop the Federal Reserve. Okay, they would destroy Monsanto. They would destroy the music industry. They would destroy Hollywood. Okay, and the government that runs this world. Okay, but no, they're not doing that. Okay, let's see here. Taking threat domestic. Yeah, we are investing in many agencies and government. Okay. Anyway, but there you go. Okay, so going back to these scriptures, okay, it says, then shall, Matthew 24:9. Give me 1 second here. Matthew 24:9. Hold up. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted. And this is what's coming for a lot of the men of the Lord, you see. Hey, the scriptures say the devil shall cast some of you into prison. See? Now is the devil talking about a man with a pitchfork? No, it's talking about Esau, the one with the power to throw you into jail. And they're going to use others to have you delivered up, to be afflicted, and shall kill you. And you should be hated of many nations for my name's sake. All right. And some of us will be beheaded for denying the image of the beast, the mark of the beast. Okay. And the number of his name. This system, all right, is directly opposed to our power. Okay. Now that happened to the men of the Lord back then. Okay. As they were put to death in harsh ways because they did not bow to the image of the beast back then. All right. And why exactly do you think they would take those harsh deaths? Because they saw the miracles face to face. They knew it was real. They knew Yahweh Shai was there. They saw him. So in these times, we have to believe that he's with us in spirit as if we saw it. And we have saw it because we're seeing the miracle of prophecy. We're seeing the men of the Lord. OK, and we're seeing particular sisters being raised up in these latter days out of a dead state. That alone is a miracle. And it was written of before we even were born. And then shall many be offended. This is where we are. Many are offended. Everybody's offended. Everybody's after one another's throat. Everybody is waking up looking for strife, looking for smoke, looking for somebody to destroy, looking for somebody to argue with. Okay? You're just shooting one another, man. And betray one another. There we go. And shall hate one another, man, especially if you standing for righteousness, man. This is why you have to have the mindset. You go into the store, get in and get out. You out in this world. Don't be trying to add. You brothers adding all of these new women into yourself, talking about I'm fulfilling Isaiah 4:1. These women got complete spirits on them, man. Whatever you got, be thankful. If it's giving you hell, leave her the hell alone. But if she's, of course they're not going to be perfect. Nothing's going to be perfect on this side. But if you got you a cool woman, all right, she don't give you hell about going out, hey, man, just chill out. Trying to add all of these women to yourselves, trying to add all these new friends. We don't need no new friend. I don't want to meet no new nigga. Never. No. If more brothers coming out to, listen, you meet them, you salute them, you break bread with them, for what it is. Well, other than that, man, I'm done with meeting people. Fuck these people, man. Women, giving you the eye. Here it is. I'm in the store with the hairline. The hairline going. The women walk. They see a spirit on you. They looking at you. Hey, how you doing? Hey, the women are aggressive, man. And they give you the car and you'll mull back and forth in your mind. Because, men, we've been all beaten down and downtrodden. So to have a woman holler at you, you like, oh, wow. You're intrigued by it. But then you start to look at the number, the card. You're looking at her. She's a hairstylist. Man, I'm not calling her. You throw the damn card away. I'm not calling this bitch, man. Because you'll end up ruining your own situation. So be wise out in this world. We didn't get this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to be brute beast in this world. Be calculated in your decision making, brothers. All right. And you few sisters, man, who are listening. All right. Be wise, man. And again, stop trying to get these people who are dead set on Satan to see it. Okay. If they're going to see it, they're going to when shit goes down, a lot of them, some of them may wake up. But at this point, hey, just worry about those who are willing to get it and see it. Take that burden off yourself, because these niggas will drive you crazy. And then they gonna take Biden's advice and say this nigga is crazy. Excuse me, I want to report a terrorist. Here's Daryl Anderson. He's been talking about he's an Israelite and Babylon's gonna be destroyed. He's saying Babylon is America. Dumbass nigga. And many false prophets shall arise and shall deceive many. And amongst all this confusion, you still got false prophets are on the rise like never before, man. Especially these Christians, man. But even in Israel. Okay. Johnny come lately. 2 niggas, everybody else is wrong. Follow us. 2 niggas. Through. You got all these type of niggas are all over Israel, man. Just weirdos. Some of them, you never seen them. And here they got, here they just start a page and then they get 20,000 subscribers. Then you click on the video, this nigga's talking about the planet Nairobi, all this weirdo. You're like, what? A lot of them are set up by Satan on the left-hand side. Some of them are just bugged out, you know? Just ate a piece of cornbread and saw the Israelites say, I'm going to do that too. And then changed everything around, man. But here's the point. And because iniquity shall abound. And what is iniquity? Sin. See, sin. Sin. Anomia. Okay? The condition of without law. Being ignorant of what? The law, statutes, and commandments. Nobody has a mind to follow the law, which that's the only way love will spread. And here it is, Christianity is against the law. The only way love could spread is by keeping the laws. Not killing, not stealing, not bowing to idols, not eating all of these destructive foods, because that stuff poisons your mind. And the people that are out in this earth, brothers, these people are absolutely tainted by their diets, by their mindset, by what they listen to. So iniquity has abound by the powers that be, the culture that they forced on the earth, right? The love of many shall wax cold, but he that endureth unto the end shall the same shall be said. So we seeing the love of many wax cold.
An unhinged man flew into a rage when he was asked to leave the restaurant. The man, identified by cops as this one individual, allegedly shoved a 77-year-old cook into a plate glass window and then ran off into the park.
It's just people just beating up elderly. You know, hate everywhere you look.
This is not a singular event. This is something that is happening across the entire United States of America as humans have reached their own breaking point. What you need to do is be prepared for this violence to not just continue, but to increase in the next 90 days. You need to be ready so that when you go to the grocery store, you know that there is a chance of violence to take place at that store. While everybody else is walking.
Limit eye contact with these people. Keep conversations to a, hey, hi to you. Hi, nigga, bye. You know? Somebody come up to you. Have you been, because, you know, now they lifted the mask, man. Somebody come up to you asking about the mask. Just keep walking. Don't get into no back and forth with this. Does the mask help? I bet your dumb ass took that vaccine. No, nigga, just keep walking. Look, brothers, there is no victory in this world. The victory is coming through who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. The victory is happening through prophecy being fulfilled. That's where we win. We don't have any victory in this world. So there's no need to try to force one. Let these people have this world. Let them wallow in filth.
Blind to the reality that somebody could come in through the choke point at the front doors and they could control the entire store. You need to be aware of this. You need to know where your children are, where your spouse is. Are you there with friends or family? Where are the exit points in the back? Where are places that you can get away while the sheep just sit there idle and don't know what to do?
Yeah, that's true. When you should know exit points. You know, you go into a bar or whatever, or the store, you know the exit points, you know, to the best of your ability, of course. But that's something that my uncle told me a long time ago. All right, you gotta be wise. You gotta be wise in these times, man. Okay, because we know what it is.
You need to just be ready, be aware of what is happening. That's what preparedness is. It's being aware of reality and preparing to the best of your ability. An increasing pace of shooting or kinetic violence is placing fear into the minds of the unprepared on an official level as members of Congress and local authorities fear that the United States of America is heading into a, quote, summer of pain.
A summer of pain. All right. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15. We cannot stay out of this book, right? And 14, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. One people shall stand up against another, all right, and swords in their hands. We're seeing this increasing, okay? And the powers that be now, they passed these laws, all right, all right, about, allowing people to walk around with, without permits to carry swords. Then on the other hand, you have the elite saying, well, take their swords. So you have division being bred on all levels, man. So you're liable to be somewhere and an argument is going to pop off and you see somebody firsthand just get popped. Okay? Don't jump into any of these situations. You see an argument breaking out between a man and his woman, or don't jump in and give your opinion. Well, brother, nah, let these crazy ass niggas fulfill prophecy. Get your fruit, your chicken, all right, and your GMO pH water and leave, or whatever the hell you're getting. Okay? And there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard kings nor princes, and the courses of their actions shall stand in their power. And this is what's happening. People are starting to look at, the likes of Biden and the rest of it. I mean, shut the hell up. And how much long before people realize this guy is on his way out? And they put Kamala in there. All right. Anyway.
It's very disturbing what we're seeing across the country and the level of kinetic violence that we're seeing across the nation, one individual told reporters. It's disturbing and it's senseless. 2 people were taken out, at least 30 others wounded in a series of events taking place across 3 states in just a 48-hour period. Authorities warned over the weekend that concerns are mounting, that a spike in U.S. violence could continue all the way into the summer and fall after discontent and malcontent toward authority and toward each other as human beings increases in a fever pitch.
The love of many is waxing cold, like we said. So you can check this video out and watch the whole thing, because as you can see, we didn't get through it all. It's a real good video. But let's just click on a few of these things that are happening worldwide. All right, and we don't have to go too deep into it, but let's just get an example of what he's talking about.
What took place today, approximately.
All right, deputy injured, cashier killed, shooting that stemmed from mask dispute. Okay, and the whole mask controversy was implemented for a purpose. All right, but that look for more friction over that. All right, going forward. Okay, we already looked that up. The National Guard in Milwaukee.
We are also following breaking news.
Father killed in dispute over free firewood in Taylor.
There was some free firewood one neighbour was giving away. The 17-year-old neighbour was dragging it down the street. The man who was giving it away got upset when the elderly man started tearing up his driveway. The two started having words, and then...
So here it is, it's free firewood. The dude's dragging it, and he scratched up the driveway. All right, and somebody ends up dead. You scratched up my driveway.
And I knew I just had a really bad feeling. I ran in, grabbed my keys.
Toby was staying across the street. He got in his car, went down to the elderly man's house, saw the victim's 15-year-old son running away from the scene. He had just witnessed his father getting shot 3 times.
Damn.
Tonight, some parents in New Hampshire are upset about how their unvaccinated kids were treated at the prom. Students who haven't had the shot were marked on their hands with a Sharpie. Now, the school says it was for contact tracing. WBZ's Mike Across is live in Exeter tonight with the story.
Listen to that again.
Sharpie. Now, the school says students who haven't had the shot were marked on their hands with a Sharpie.
Oh, man.
The school says it was for contact tracing. WBZ's Mike Lacrosse is live in Exeter tonight with the story. Mike?
David, parents are very upset, but they're...
Everybody's upset. Everybody is upset, man. All right? And I have some more stuff, but I'm going to leave it there. Be back later, Lord willing, with more information, more edification. Hopefully we're all edified, because that is the purpose of these videos. Giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakach Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders at Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to the elect. Shalom.